It's a beautiful day. Or it will be when I get some coffee. Well, looks like they're running late today. Well, I think I know what we're going to do today. Oh, there you are. Well, sure. You can have a cup of coffee after mine gets done over there. Just logging in. You know, you got to log into your day. You can't just willy-nilly start your day. You got to have the password. Oh, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend? I did absolutely nothing on Saturday. And then on Sunday, I did do things. You hear that? That's the coffee. That's the brain juice goodness coming in. I don't even know why we're having this conversation before the brain juice kicks in, because it's going to be nonsense. So, sorry, was that too loud? Is it too early for clapping? It's probably way too early for clapping. I think we're going to work on assembling the engine for Marcus Aurelius. You know, the red Centurion. I have to make an appointment at the engine dyno, but let's start assembling that at least. And refurbishing some of the underhood parts, you know. I have completely ignored that car. And then all of a sudden I got the phone call that said, hey, I'm almost done with the engine. Hey, I'm done with the engine. Can you come pick it up? Hey, I'm done with the engine. Can you come pick it up? And so I went and picked it up. But in the meantime, I just let everything just sit on the shelf, waiting. So now that it's back, I'm remembering how bad some of the parts looked that I took off and how really bad they're going to look now on this new engine. So we'll dive into that. And then if we can't get an appointment this week at the dyno, he's usually can get me in pretty soon. We'll see. Then we'll dive into something else. And then whatever. Okay, hang on a minute. I just have to grab my probably coffee. Way too hot. If you want to know what's on the other side of this mug, this is, well, there's my face. This is my brother's face. This is my other brother's face. And we're holding coffee mugs that have my face, my brother's face, and my other brother's face on it. I don't know. We have a very weird sense of humor. And it's very possible that the mug people are also holding coffee mugs, and those mugs have my face, my brother's face, and my other brother's face on. So there's a lot of faces on this mug, which is probably why it's probably whiskey. But I do love my brothers. I didn't really have brothers until I was probably, I don't know, I was almost 10 when I got my first brother. So by the time they got fun, I was gone from the house. And then when they finally left the house, then we reconnected, and we've been buds ever since. So it's fun. So now I have brothers, and I didn't when I was a kid. So I just had sisters, a lot of sisters. I still have a lot of sisters. You get them in one room, and you think it's twice as many as there is. Anyway, good times. All right, well, let's get busy on the engine. See what we can get done this week, or just today. Let's see how it goes. Hope you're enjoying your holiday season, as it is such, and we'll see if we can have some fun. Super glad you're here. Okay, we have the 455 back from the engine rebuilders. So this is the plan. I've got to put a new water pump on, put the thermostat housing on without a thermostat, attach all the EGR doodads, vacuum ports, etc., to the motor, and plugs, wires, fuel pump, stab the distributor, basically all just to get it ready to take it to the engine dyno. Once I have it all together and I know that the parts and pieces are here, because, you know, I've got a pile of them over there, and I've also got a pile of new parts. But I might have missed something. Hope not, but there's always a chance. So I never like to call and set up an appointment to bring an engine over there until I know I'm ready, so I don't have to call and cancel. So yeah, I'm gonna just kind of get busy with that, and once I have it together, I'll make the appointment. And yeah, we'll go from there. I don't know, you know. I guess first I need to clean off my rolling workbench. I don't know. I guess I just kind of walked away. So let me put those away first. Then we'll do this, and then we'll see what happens after that. I've got some refurbishing to do of the exhaust. I've ordered new exhaust hardware and things like that. So we'll just kind of work our way toward putting the engine back in the car, because that's the ultimate goal, and I am very excited that we're doing it, because yeah, what a great thing to have a car alive again. So, all right. Let's get busy. Oh yeah, I ordered a belt too. That's good. All right, well, just taking a little break from assembling the motor here behind me. I've got the plugs in and everything, but I am missing, and you're not gonna be able to see it, but it's essentially a wire holder for the spark plug wires, and it goes on a post on the engine, and I'm missing one. So I ordered a new set. It was only 20 bucks. I want to make this as nice as possible for the owner. What else? What else did we do? Oh yeah, just got these in the mail. Got them from Stage 1 Restorations. So we talked about these bolts for the exhaust manifolds. This one here has a crack, and this one here has a weld. And so I've sourced a better one for this side, and then this side it's coming in the mail. But if you notice, well, I don't know, it's missing part of itself. So, and I've got a bunch, I've got several that broke off. Yep, there's another one that broke off right there. And then even the ones that are here, like this isn't an original. This is not original bolt. This actually is the original style. You can see it's got like a little lock washer thing on it. These were so severely overheated, and also they're very rusty. So I don't want to reuse them. I had thought about going with just getting some grade 8 off-the-shelf stuff. Before I jumped into that, I did a little research, and this Stage 1 Restoration makes parts or sells parts for, you know, like the GSX, the Buick, the GS, the Skylark, and they're working in the 1970 to 72 range. Well, this is a 73. It's got the same exhaust manifolds. They're no different. I'm gonna pull these out for the first time, and I'll show you. Brand spanking new. It's got the correct washer on it already. There's like 5 different sizes. I got my piece of paper around here, but like five different sizes of bolts to, you know, all 14 of them to bolt these on. So it's kind of a puzzle. But I was tickled pink. I think with shipping, I paid $47 for all of these. Yeah, it is a little bit, but look, this car is very original. I don't like taking like half measures if I don't have to. If I can go back original on an original car, I am going to do that. So I could have used also some just basic spark plug wire, you know, retainers, but Buick has a system, and let's put it back the way Buick had it from the beginning. So that's why I'm doing that. Also, I've got some flame-proof, very high temperature header paint. This is, the color is cast iron, and I'm going to paint all of my exhaust manifolds with this after I clean them up, and they're gonna look a lot nicer. They're gonna look new. The engine's painted new. Let's make sure these are painted, looking new. It will stay on, it won't flake off. It'll look good for a long time. Also, I've got some heat shield things that have ash on them basically from this. I'm telling you, when it melted down, it melted down. In fact, come around the table here and I'll, I don't know, walk through a couple things. So, this is the missing retainer, but they've designed it so that it slides down on the stud for the valve cover. And this side, I had both of them, but one's really, really weak. So I'm just gonna spend the 20 bucks and put new ones on there. Got the fuel pump put on. I just cleaned this up. It was working when the car was running, so I just cleaned the grease off of it, and we're gonna reuse it. I'll put new hoses on. I just put some paint on the timing. The engine builder has this basically at top dead center already, so I was able to stab the distributor, knowing where cylinder number 1 is, and you know, they put the firing order right here, so it's not easy to mess up. And then I just routed them that way. So, part of the issue was my engine builder actually sent this, the guy that does the dyno or owns it, his name's Randy, he also tests distributors. And so my engine builder sent my distributor over to him to spin it up, make sure it's working, and it was missing a little rubber bushing in there, which was causing the timing swing to be wildly out of spec. So his thinking is that this engine was pinging terribly. It melted down a cylinder, it overheated severely, which blew the head gasket, and it probably could all be traced to the distributor being wildly out of time. He doesn't know if someone tried to rebuild it or if that whatever, I'm losing my mind. If the part came out, yeah, but that seems to be what happened. So we sourced new heads. Both heads are, well, used new heads for it, and yeah, it'll be fresh. It'll be good. So what else? What else am I doing here? Pretty much I've just got the carburetor kind of mocked on there right now. I'll have to pull it off when I put the engine on the trailer. But everything's pretty well ready. Oh yeah, check this out. I was thinking about reusing these wires until I started looking at them. I mean, this thing is toast. It is so like, I mean, it got so hot. It's awful. So yeah, these are gonna go in the dumpster. I got new wires. We're good to go. We're reusing the coil too. So bad news. The dyno is not available for another 2 weeks. He doesn't understand it. He's never seen it this busy at this time of year, but for some reason, I don't know, a lot of optimism out there and people are spending money. So that means I have to wait 2 weeks to get this on the dyno, so that puts off putting it in the motor, or putting the motor in the car. Also, I mean, let's just take a look at this here. Do we want that? And on that? No, we don't. Now, we're not gonna buy a new air cleaner, but what I did order was a new sticker. We're gonna take this off, and I'm gonna clean this, and we'll paint it black again, so it will be fresh looking with a fresh sticker. Again, just take a little extra time while you're doing the project, whether it's yours or whether it's for someone else, because yeah, it's important that you can get as many of those details right as possible, I guess. I don't know, or maybe I'm just anal retentive. Yeah, you didn't have to agree so quickly to that, but I appreciate it. Appreciate the candor. Anyway, that's it. That's the update. I'm going to just kind of keep plugging away a little bit and cleaning up after myself, and then probably prepping that stuff for paint, because I don't have the manifold and all of that yet, so I'll paint those together. So there you go. Carry on with whatever it is that you're doing. I'll be back in a minute. Hey, someone just driving by. I just had to check on something, you know, around the side of the building here. Just quick, because it's 0 degrees out, I think, and I'm really cold, and I'm smart, so I don't wear a jacket. I should wear a jacket. My winter jacket has Gore-Tex in it. Nobody knows what's in it, but it's warm. I mean, it keeps you, without it, you would just freeze to death. Back in the, 90s, 2000s, Gore-Tex was a really, really big deal. You know it was a big deal because it was plastered on every article of cold weather clothing ever made at the time. So I don't know what we did before Gore-Tex. I think we were just cold. But after Gore-Tex, we were wearing science fiction. It was amazing. So, Gore-Tex. What's in it? I don't know. I've got most of the stuff painted. As you can see, we've got pulleys, Now, it's not perfect. Let's just say it's way better than it was. If you were going to make it perfect, you'd sandblast the whole thing down, get the rust all the way off, but it's going to look way better. This is the heat shielding. It turned out pretty well. It's definitely a flat. It's supposed to be black. It looks kind of almost brown to me, but it's going to look really, really good. as, you know, covering my exhaust manifolds. So looking here on the shelf of all of the parts required to put the Buick back together. I got this manifold painted, looks amazing with the high temp paint. So, well, this is, you can actually see it here. This is kind of what those parts that are hanging on the rack look like before I painted them. This is the difference. I don't know if you remember the Riviera, how it looked. Well, that was a California car. This is not a California car, and that's the difference. It's a little sad, but there's not much we can do. It's really gonna hurt my feelings to not paint this after all the rest is painted. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. So, but you can see that the engine, I just kind of set that on there for, you know, display purposes. Okay, it's been displayed. I got the sticker ordered. It's coming. Got that off of eBay. The other manifold that I'm waiting for the driver's side, also coming from eBay. It is in the mail. And what else? Yeah, well, I was looking on the shelf. Well, I found some more parts and pieces. So, look how crispy this is. Okay, see how crispy that is? All of these parts here, you know, they were attached to the exhaust manifold that was attached to the head that melted down. There was, I mean, chimney soot on it. I'm just telling you the level it was. That son of a gun got hot. I mean, you can see, like, it's basically started baking off the rust. That's how hot it got. So anyway, I discovered these on the shelf because I'm blind half the time. So I'm gonna get these painted and refurbished as well, because, you know, we want under the hood to just pop a little bit, you know? So I don't know. What else? What am I doing? Where's my brain going? Do I need more coffee? There's so many questions and no answers. Basically, I'm gonna have this thing ready today to go to the dyno, and I've got 2 weeks before it can get on the machine, which is really too bad, so sad for me. So, but I got to thinking, maybe you've never taken an engine to the dyno. Well, what is it that you need to do to prepare your engine, in this case, you know, an old school carbureted engine, to the dyno? Well, I have a list on my whiteboard, because that's where I put my lists. And this particular list says engine dyno on it. It's just a little reminder. So typically, you'll bring your own fuel, whatever fuel it is that you plan on running in the car, you bring that, because it will be tuned on that fuel. You'll put the fuel pump on. Just make sure to lube that shaft. In this case, this fuel pump is run off a lobe off the cam. So you'll just, directly off the cam. So just put a little lube where it makes contact. Distributor, lube that gear. They can stab the distributor there, but if you know your engine's at top dead center, and you can stab your distributor and get it, you know, properly oriented, then it does speed things up a little bit. So plugs, wires, put the water pump on, bring the carburetor that you intend to run on the car. In this case, we're running the one that came on the car. The car was running, albeit badly, but that wasn't the carburetor's fault. And the exhaust gasket. Now, they're not going to use your manifolds or headers. The Dyno has their own. And they also have their own flywheel. So you don't have to put anything on there. But, you know, put the plugs in, run the wires. Got the, you know, the fuel pump in. It's basically just covering up this hole because we're not going to use it. And then, of course, you won't use this line either. He'll just plug directly into the carburetor. We've got the fuel pump on. We've got this stabbed correctly. We've got the wires run to the plugs. We've got the coil. I've got this hose on because there's like a bypass hose from the pump, a bypass to the, where's my brain going? You know, the thermostat. We've talked about thermostats quite a bit. It seems like in every car that comes in the shop. Don't put a thermostat in it. Just put the housing on. When you get the engine back home, you can put the thermostat in. I've got some plugs coming. They're like caps that I can clamp on to the heater hose places because those will be capped. Most engine shops will have that kind of thing. But if you want to speed the process and make your engine guy happy, just plug those because we won't be using them. What else? Any vacuum ports on the carburetor or on the engine that you will not be using, that you don't need because it's on a dyno, put a plug on it. And then make sure to bring, if it's not in the engine, your brake-in oil, because the engine will need oil. So that's just kind of all the prep things that you need to do. It'll just help. Sorry, my eyes are up here, okay? I'm a human being too. Okay, so what else? I can't think of anything. I'm gonna breathe some more paint fumes now and cleaners and chemicals to clean all of this stuff, which will be great. I love paint fumes. They make me feel happy and they make me feel sad. A lot of confusing emotions with the paint fumes, but okay. Need exhaust fans. It's 0 degrees out, so I don't really want to open my door. I might just open it. We don't know what will happen. It's just gonna be unexpected, whatever it is. So hang out a bit. I'm gonna finish these other parts that I found, and then go on down the road, I say. All right, see you in a minute. There once was the story of the man who couldn't help himself. Yeah. This is a radiator cover. You know, we just looked at it. It had rust on it. I couldn't leave well enough alone, so I went ahead, put it in my blasting cabinet, media blaster, blasted it, so now it has no paint on it, took the sticker off, you know, it's an emission sticker. Well, I jumped on the internet and bought another one, another sticker. That one was kind of scraped off anyway a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, since I was doing that, I couldn't just leave this painted how I had it painted because it was an obvious paint over a paint over. You know, you could see the little scratches and paint lines and sticker place where I was gonna just put another sticker. I still am gonna put another sticker. So I put this in the media blasting cabinet and blasted the paint off of it. And then, you know, I can't have that looking nice and this not looking nice. So the sides look fine. I don't think I need to mess with that, but this was obviously not good. So we're gonna paint that too. You gotta be careful. I'm just telling you, it's pulling the thread on a sweater. And pretty soon, all you got is thread and no sweater. You gotta stop somewhere, but I'm gonna stop here. This is the level. This is the stoppage point. That way when you open the hood, you have kind of a fresh looking thing that meets your eye right away with a fresh sticker. Your air cleaner matches it, fresh looking. And the engine under it, obviously, is freshly painted. The exhaust, the manifolds, the bolts, everything. You know, it's a lot of money to rebuild an engine on an old car that really just has sentimental value. And it should be special. So, we're gonna make it special. All right, well, I'm licked. You're seeing a beaten man right now, but I'm gonna stop pulling on the thread at this point. No more thread pulling. Once I get this done, we're really basically just waiting to bring the engine to the dyno, so it'll be a couple weeks. We'll set it aside, wait for it. We're gonna put a pin in it, circle back around later. Okay. I'm sorry. All right, let's get busy. Oh, hey. Well, we're gonna just call it quits on that. Too many paint fumes this week. So, you know, need some recovery time. You know, there are so many crazy people out there, and I'm not excluding myself. We're all a little crazy about something. Twice this week, I saw two certifiable people. One, I'm driving down the road. It's, I don't know, 5 degrees outside, blue sky, you know, clear day. Driving down the road. In between, the road kind of winds between two lakes. You got kind of a small lake here and then a bigger lake over here. And the lake's frozen over. We haven't gotten really enough snow to matter, so it's just ice. And I look over to my left as I'm driving, and I see a guy smack dab in the middle of the lake, standing on the ice, fishing. I think fishing must be an addiction. I'm not sure if they've got a AA for that. I don't know what you call it, FA. I don't really know, but as soon as the lake freezes over and the guy puts his boat away, he immediately puts on his boots and walks out into the middle of the frozen lake with an auger, drills a hole, and stands there out in the open, just the sky and him and the ice and the wind and the cold, trying to get is fish really that good that I think it's something else. There's something else that causes people to do that. I don't know. I wanted to yell at him, "Are you okay? Is everything okay out there?" You know, he wouldn't have heard me. I know he's crazy and, you know, but you don't want to mess with a guy with an auger, you know. "Sir, set down the auger and walk slowly toward me. We will get you some help." "Yes, sir." "Just set it down. Fishing pole too." But you know, I just kept driving. I cannot involve myself in every crazy person in the world. So, you know, maybe he's a happy crazy person. I'm assuming so. And then today, I'm out there driving on a different highway. There's remnants of salt. You know, in the winter around here, what they use to treat the roads kind of dries on the road when there's no snow on it. And so you kind of get this kind of like light dusting, you know, salt dust, whatever they're using, whatever moon rocks that melt ice that they use, I don't know, chemical science fiction nonsense. It does eat cars though, I will say that. So I'm driving along, and coming the other way on this 2-lane road is a Honda Goldwing with a man riding on it. And you know it's a man. There's no woman riding a motorcycle at 16 degrees Fahrenheit at 4 in the afternoon. Nowhere in the world is that happening. This is a man who decided he was going to get dressed up and put his helmet on, throw his leg over the old motorcycle and head down the road. I don't know what the wind chill is at 55, at 16 degrees. I'm sure it's calculable, but I know if I saw the guy take off his helmet, he would have a beard. I'm just saying, you got to know the man has a beard and a lot of body hair. I'm just thinking. I don't know how I got off on that. Anyway, speaking of crazy, I'm pretending I have an actual real fire here and I'm getting warm by it. So there you go. Oh, it's been a great week. Again, we're kind of rolling toward the Christmas holiday. I hope your Christmas holiday, if that's something you enjoy, that you're enjoying it. And if not, you know, if it's just another season for you, well, great. I hope it's a great season, whatever it is. Season of doing nothing, or a season of doing a lot of things, catching up on projects, whatever. Oh, I'm gonna still be in the shop, doing a little bit here and there. So hopefully we'll see you next week. It's been fun hanging out this time. Take some ibuprofen if the fumes got to you. I apologize, but you know, it's your choice to be here, and I appreciate it. So, see you next week.